In this video, I'm going to show you how to find files in Linux from the command line 3 completely different ways using 3 completely different programs. I'm talking about the find command, locate, and FZF. Now, FZF is my personal favorite, so be sure to stick around to the end so you can see how FZF works. It's kind of amazing. But enough talk, let's get right into it. Now you might be saying to yourself, well wait, I have a GUI, can't I just use that on my system to find files? And I would say, you don't always have a GUI. You see, my first job out of college, I was a QA engineer at a virtualization company. Now, the exact details of that company and what I did at it don't really matter. My job was, it's whatever. But suffice to say, I had a lot of servers that I would SSH into. These servers did not have GUIs for me to find files with. So I had to try and use commands in Linux to find files. Now, I didn't really know these commands that well. So this video is going to be something like a video that I wish I had back in the day that I could have learned from. And I hope you guys take something from it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the very first command you can use is something that is available on pretty much every single system if you're on Mac OS or Linux, and that is the find command. Now, the find command is really great and it takes a lot of options. It's very flexible. Let me just show you how it works. Let's say I want to find a file in this directory. This is a Ruby on Rails project and I just want to find something in this directory. I can type find and dot stands for this directory, and it will recursively search through every folder underneath this directory. And there's a couple of flags you want to pass to find. The type flag, which specifies what you're looking for. We type F for file, and the name. Now the name is the name of the file I want to look for. So I'm going to look for the likes_controller. .rb. Now find has traversed through everything in this directory recursively and it has found the likes controller. So this is really great, but let's just say I don't necessarily know the name of the file I'm looking for. Well, find uses regexes. So you can type, instead of let's say the name of the file, you can type a star, and star will stand for the wildcard. So now this will search for anything with the RB extension. Let's see. And of course, there you go. It gives us every file that is a Ruby file. Pretty cool. Now I suggest you read up a little bit more on regexes because there's a lot of stuff there, but find will support all the regex type searches you want to do. So now let's do one more example. Let's just say I want to find any file that has the word controller in it. This will basically find all of the controllers in this whole entire project. Pretty nice. But there's one more cool thing about find. With find, you can actually execute commands on the things that you find in the find command itself. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I take this previous example, I can pass the exec flag to it, and this will execute whatever command I want to run on everything that was found from the search before. So if I type, let's say rm, let's say I want to remove these files for some reason, I'll pass the I flag because I want some confirmation. I don't want to just remove stuff willy-nilly. And I can type the open and close squiggly brackets. Now the squiggly brackets are basically a stand-in. It will be replaced by the output of the find command. So exec rm will run rm for every file that was found from the find command. Now the last thing we want to type is a semicolon. The semicolon tells exec that it wants to run this command once for every single file that was found in the find command. You can also use the plus option, and plus will basically concatenate everything from the find command into one line and then run it like that. But we want to do it for every single file that was found because we want to make sure we know what we're deleting. And so you can see now for every single file, I want to type no, no, no. It's going to try and execute the rm command on that file. So I'll just Control C out of that. And there you go. That's the find command. It's very versatile and it's really fun to use. Now all this talk about finding things on Linux has got me remembering something, specifically something I don't want people to find, which is passwords for our business accounts here at Typecraft. That is why we've partnered up with NordPass. NordPass was created by the creators of NordVPN, and it's an amazing password sharing and security system that we use here at Typecraft.dev. NordPass is an easy to use password management system that allows us to create secure passwords for all of our business accounts, and any kind of shared logins and passwords are just super easy to share between all of us here at Typecraft. Let me show you a little bit how it works. Now my favorite thing is the Chrome extension. So for me, if I want to sign into, let's say, our business Stripe account, I can do this really easily using NordPass. I've already stored the information, so I can just click on the thing that I want to log into and it already pre-fills my password with a secure, strong password to sign into our Stripe account. NordPass is amazing. So go to nordpass.com/typecraft to get a free 3-month 3-month business trial. No credit card is required. Just try it out. It's really great. Okay, now let's get back to finding things in Linux. Now the next command is something that's actually kind of new to me. I didn't really know it existed until recently, but I think it's really interesting. It's a very interesting take on finding things in a file system. Let me show you what I mean. This command is called locate, and you can install locate using any distribution software you have. For me, I use Arch, by the way. So I'm going to use Pacman to install locate. So we can do yay-s, and I want to install locate. Type in my password, and there you go. Locate is installed. Now locate's very interesting because what it does is it actually takes an index of all the files on your system and stores it into a database. And then when you call locate, it doesn't traverse your file system to look for files. It actually looks through its own database to look for the matches of the search you're running. This makes it, I assume, far more performant than other file system searching algorithms, but there's one caveat. Let me show you what that is. Now first, when you install locate, you're not going to have anything in the database, so you're going to want to run the executable that comes with locate, which is update db. So we run sudo update db. It indexes all the files in your file system into its database, and so it'll take a little bit of time, but mine is now complete. So now I can locate any file that I want. So I'll call the likes controller.rb. And there we go, it found the likes controller. And again, what this did is it went through its own database to look for all of the files that match whatever I was searching for, and it doesn't actually traverse my file system. Interesting. Now, like I said, there's one caveat to this, and let me just show you how this caveat plays out. Let's say I have a new file, and I want to name this file something interesting, like 567 something.rb, right? Whatever. Now, if I try to locate this file directly after creating it, I see that I don't get any results, and that's because this new file has not been stored in locate's database yet. So what we're going to have to do is run sudo update db and then rerun that locate command, and there you go, it found the file. Now this is an issue with locate that I'm not sure what the best solution is, but you want to run your update db command periodically on your system so you always have a fresh database of the files that are in your file directories. Now one way you can do that is with cron tabs. You can use a cron tab to actually run something periodically on your system, and from this example, it's basically every single minute. You can look up cron tab stuff on your own time. That's a little out of scope for this video, but every single minute we're going to run sudo update db, and that's one way to handle it. But either way, locate is a very interesting thing, and it's a very interesting way to actually traverse a file system. I think it's really cool, and again, I didn't really know about this till recently, so it's kind of new to me, but I think it's interesting. So now the very last command we want to talk about is my absolute favorite command. I'm a little bit biased towards it, but it truly is amazing. I'll show you how it works. That command, of course, is fzf. Now, fzf is a general purpose command line fuzzy finder. It works with a lot of different things. You can traverse your file system with it. You can output things from other programs, pipe that to fzf, and find stuff in that output. It's really amazing, very flexible, really fun to use. Let me show you how to use it. Now, installing fzf is simple enough. You just want to use your package manager. I'm using Arch, by the way, so I'm going to use Pacman to install fzf, and there you go. It's as simple as that. Now, using fzf is actually really easy. If you want to just traverse your file system from whatever directory you're in, you can type fzf and hit return, and this will give you a list of all of the files in this directory recursively, everything underneath this directory. And then within this list, you can now start typing the kind of file you're looking for. So for me, I want the likes controller again. I just start typing likes, and there we go. I have found my likes controller. Awesome. But wait, fzf gets better than that. You can actually preview your files while you're searching them. Let me show you what that's like. Now, in our previous command, we just type fzf, but we can also pass the preview flag, and then we want to set that to double quote and something that we want to use to preview these files. So the cat command is amazing here because cat will actually output file contents to the terminal. So we type cat, and we want to do open and close squirrely braces again. That's very similar to what we used in the find command earlier. And then we close that double quote and hit enter. And now you can see in fzf, while we type, we have previews of all the files that we're looking for. That's amazing. But wait, it gets even better. You see, there's a better version of cat called bat, and bat is very similar to cat, but it has a few key differences. Most importantly, it is syntax highlighted. So you can have previews of files that look like this. It looks like you're in an editor already. It's amazing. So now if we go to our previous command and replace cat with bat, and we type the color equals always option, we have the most amazing previews to our files. So now if we type our likes controller, there we go. We have syntax highlighted, line numbers, the name of the file. It's amazing. FZF is truly an amazing piece of technology. I suggest you check it out and try and use it in your everyday workflow. You'll be surprised at how cool it is. So that's an overview of how you can find files 3 different ways in the command line in Linux. Again, this was made with the idea of it being a video that I wish I had in the past when I was a new guy coming out of college. I didn't really know anything. This would have been really helpful. I hope that you guys got something out of this. And if you're interested in terminal and Vim and other Linux-like technologies, subscribe to this channel. And hey, thanks nerds.